Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're with Martin Penniff, Chief Account Executive and Trading Analyst, GDMFX. Welcome to today's European Session Market Outlook. Starting as usual with the North American markets and what happened yesterday. Both major markets went up yesterday. The Dow 10 points, Nasdaq 63 points up, Dixie Index up to 97.26 from 96.97 pretty much. NBA mortgage applications higher than previous. 52-week bill auction as well higher than previous, and the 5-year note auction higher than previous. Red Book Index month-on-month, year-on-year lower than previous yesterday. Pending home sales month-on-month and year-on-year are today. Initial and continuing jobless claims and the 7-year note auction. Yesterday, the Bank of Canada interest rate decision, no change there. In the rate statement, everything is still on track as to what the targets of the bank are. A weak first quarter in the United States has raised questions about that economy's underlying strength. Recent indicators suggest consumption in Canada is holding up relatively well, given the impact of the lower oil prices on gross domestic income. Raw materials price index, current account and industrial production prices month on month are due today. European markets. Yesterday, the European markets went up. The German DAX 130 points, the French CAC 50 points up. No events from the economic calendar yesterday, and today we're already looking at the Swiss trade balance, which came out positive, along with the negative imports and exports readings for the month of May. The industrial production year on year came quite lower than previous as well. We have some reports from Spain, Portugal, and Italy in the morning before the ECB starts reporting in the afternoon. The reports are consumer confidence, services sentiment, economic sentiment indicator, business climate, industrial confidence, and the EU financial stability report, which, according to my opinion, is going to be the major one. Moving along to the UK markets, the FTSE 100 has also gained 65 points yesterday and closed at 7,018 points. The 10-year gilt yields were at 1.88% yesterday. The pound halted its gains against the euro and fell for the first time in 3 days after the Greek government made an announcement it would draft a funding agreement with international creditors. The sterling also extended its longest running streak against the dollar since March. The pound lost 0.5% against the euro and 0.4% against the dollar yesterday. Today, GDP year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter, preliminary data, total business investments year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. In the evening, we have the GfK consumer confidence for the month of May. Moving along to the Asian Pacific markets, yesterday the Japanese Nikkei 225 did 257 points up. Large retailer sales came out positive, 8.6% previous, and it was 13% yesterday. Retail trade year-on-year worse than expected. Retail trade month-on-month came out positive. We also had reports for the foreign investments yesterday. The foreign bond investments lower than previous significantly, and the foreign investors in Japan stocks almost double, higher than previous reading. The yen fell to a 12-year low versus the dollar as the Federal Reserve prepares to raise interest rates, sharpening the contrast with the Bank of Japan's unprecedented monetary stimulus program. The yen led declines among 16 major peers this week as signs of the U.S. economy strengthening revived the greenbacks rally. The yen's 30% drop since 2012 is driving record profits at Japan's biggest companies, helping the nation's stocks towards their longest rally since 1988. The BOJ Governor Kuroda repeated this week that he'll adjust monetary policy if needed to meet his inflation targets. The Japanese currency has depreciated by 2.1% versus the greenback since May 21st, the day before Fed Chair Janet Yellen said she expects to raise interest rates this year for the first time since 2006. Until last week, the yen had been trading in a range of just 2 yen, around 120 per dollar this quarter. Asian stocks rose after the US and European shares rallied amid gains of technology shares and optimism about Greek debt deal. Japan's Toppic Index climbed as the yen traded near almost 8-year low against the US dollar. The economic calendar will show substantial amounts of reports and readings on the yen today, so we advise our traders to stay alerted. Moving forward to the commodities front, yesterday the S&P 500 index had a range of 23 points, currently hovering around 2117. Gold had a range of $7, ended on the negative side, trading at $1,190 per troy ounce. Silver had a range of 20 cents at 16.75 currently. WTI had 1.50 range at 57.60 right now. Iraq plans on outlining its strategy in the next week's OPEC meeting in Vienna, in which it could announce its intentions of boosting exports by more than 25% from its current level. The strategy would increase approximately 800,000 barrels per day onto global markets, increasing the total Iraqi crude exports to a record of 3.75 billion barrels per day. Natural gas is trading at 2.81 at the moment, range of 9 cents yesterday. The EA Crude Oil Stock Exchange, the American Petroleum Institute, said crude supplies last week rose by 1.268 million barrels. The Natural Gas Storage Exchange expected to show a build of approximately 110 billion British thermal units for the week ending May 22. The actual numbers and reports will come out later on today. That is all from me from today. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you a successful trading day. Cheers. Bye-bye.